the biggest concern, it seems.
Oh, and I will take that opportunity to jump in right now. How you guys doing?
What's up, Toke?
What's up?
Check out FC Neo Tokyo's channel on YouTube.
Thank you. Yeah, man. You brought up the defense. I gotta tell you, like, okay, pour a shot of Malort, man. Let's do this thing because this is a meme roster, dude. This is hardcore memeing, which I don't hate, but I legit like I find a good reason for every player on this roster except for Aaron Long.
What about what's his name from the Seattle? Jordan
Morris. Well, listen, if it's between him and the nipple, like, I'd rather take Jordan Morris.
And what if Gio Reyna is hurt, in one of the games? And then who are you going to turn to?
Aronson.
I mean, Gio Reyna is not going to start. Like,
in the midfield.
Dude, that's where we're getting at, man. Like, what was that, Connor?
Aronson plays in the midfield for Leeds. Reyna gets hurt. You can throw Aronson into the attacking mid position. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good to go.
Well, can't Haji play out on the wing as well? And then I guess before he does that, he'll throw Sargent out there.
Well, Haji, here's my thinking with Haji Wright. So Haji Wright gives us, from what I know about Haji Wright, is I watch highlights of the Turkish league. I can't access the Turkish league unless it's some sketchy bootleg stream, which I refuse to touch.
Dude, legit, Connor, hold on. Before you go any further, what's going on in your life, bro, that you need to be watching the Turkish league? Like, is everything okay?
Okay, so I don't watch the Turkish league. But I do watch Transfer from time to time just to see how Haji Wright is doing.
Just to check in.
Okay, fair. I feel you. I just want to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, everything's good. I know I'm talking 100 miles an hour, so stop.
No, he's saying. I mean, when you're checking out, I mean, it's just like
it was a joke.
It's a joke because you're into your obscure leagues of soccer.
I mean, I do check into the French league every once in a while.
And who's following USL? There's somebody.
I mean, dude, I don't even hate it, man. Like, my old hometown actually got like a USL or 2 or 3 team, or Peoria got a team.
Oh, sick!
I was floored. I had no idea.
USL is a good division. I watched a few of their games this year.
Dude, hold on, James. Are you old? I know Connor's not. Connor, you're like, I don't know, 17, right?
19.
Bro, James, are you old enough to remember Fox Soccer Channel and them showing USL games on Friday night and stuff?
I remember Fox Soccer Channel. Didn't it die?
Oh, hell yeah, it died. But, like, it died when it needed to die. It was like, dude, that's where, like, Eric Winaldo let loose on that Fox football phone-in that, like, what's his face slept with his wife.
Oh, shit.
Harksey.
Oh,
yeah, that's where, like, he dropped that news. Sorry if you're hearing clicking. I'm getting ready to paint my nails.
Not hearing that at all.
Hell yeah, I'm clipping my nails. Sorry, my girl just busted it.
You're not clipping your nails on stream.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Anyway, Connor, go forth. I'm sorry. I'll hold back.
You're good. Anyway, from what I understand, Haji Wright gives us something different up top. I believe that. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm being summoned by the mother. I'll finish my point.
Oh, I know how that is. I'll say something about Haji. I when I looked at Haji Wright's stats, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. He's been scoring goals for Antalyaspor. He's been doing okay. He's Bayern Munich product. He's got some of that quality. Or am I? No, I'm confusing Richard Pepe. I'm Ricardo Pepe. Oh my goodness, who got left out?
Like, you know how many conversations me, you, and DPG have about like where these players play and stuff, and like sometimes. Like, yeah, they play where they play, but you're like, when you're on, you're just on, and like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't be trying to check up on the Turkish league, like, but, I hear he's playing well. And it's just like, yeah, man, like those skills are transferable. Right.
Right.
So I just, Yeah, man, I'm not mad about this roster. Haji Wright's a surprise everybody's going to talk about.
But
And
you
like,
know, when you look into him, it's like it's okay.
and like that's the thing. It's like, what, like, am I dumb? I'm trying to think of another winger that we would want, because I guess I'm like, without being rude, I'd take him on the fire in an instant. But like, I'm anti the nipple, Paul Areola.
Carl
I'm not a
Areola.
huge
No,
I'm
we
not
don't
a
need him.
huge
I'm
yeah,
not
I'm not a
missing
huge
him.
Areola guy. So like, I feel like Jordan Morris gives you what you need, which is, if Jordan Morris plays, it is the nuclear option.
Yeah,
Right? We
you
just
do
need
not
to
need to be relying on him.
exactly. And like, that's the thing too, man. That's why like I said, I have a reason in my skull of why every one of these players should be on this team except
Shaq
for
Moore?
Aaron Long. Dude, Shaq Moore, like, not to be rude, they're not the same player at all, but Shaq Moore is on the same level as Reggie Cannon, on the same level as like I can't
James
who's the other.
Sands.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's just like, but Moore has been involved more within the setup. He's been more he's been closer to Berhalter. So like, at this time, it's about the people who have been in the setup. Like, that's why Brandon Vasquez isn't here. Like, as much as Haji Wright is a surprise, he's still been in and around the setup within this realm of time, and that's why he's there and not Brandon Vasquez, who like wouldn't have like hated to see Brandon Vasquez, but it
But
makes
he's
sense.
not starting in this. I mean, would he be? I mean,
Dude, it's 3 hardcore games. Like, my biggest fear is that Aaron Long and Zimmerman are the number one, right? And my
who
thought
do you
is,
think? Yeah, we got to get into that. Who do we think are the number one defenders? But go on.
so I feel like my only problems and issues, because actually, like, I don't have a huge issue with anything on this, but like, I feel like I can already see Gregg being too cute. Like, Long and Zimmerman are going to start the first game, even though it should be Zimmerman and Ream. And then instead of doing Zimmerman Ream against England, he's going to like completely change it to Ream and CCV. And it's just like, it kind of makes sense, because you do want, like, Ream should. I like that Ream's on this team, but he should only start one of the 3 games, and then CCV should get 1 start. But that's the problem. Aaron Long shouldn't even be on the team. You know what I mean? I would have rather Mark McKenzie. And I know, like, there are 2 injuries, right? Like, Miles Robinson was the man. Like, he was he was the man. Him and, like, it didn't matter that they play in MLS. Like, he and Zimmerman had a good setup together, right? So it's like, it worked perfectly for what we were doing. But his injury, instead of, and then again, Chris Richards' injury, it takes a guy who shouldn't even be on the team. And now somehow, not only is he on the team, but he's going to leapfrog 2 other decent players to be the quote unquote main starter, right? Like, when we're in a knockout round stage, he's going to go with Long. And that's it's just going to suck.
And
I'm gonna contradict that point. When we looked at these last couple camps, none of the younger guys, like a Mark McKenzie, really went out there and said, "I'm gonna take Aaron Long's spot." Nobody really did that.
I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I guess there are some guys that I ride for, right? Like, I've been on here, saying I will not accept any DeAndre Yedlin slander, right? But like, dude, I cannot ride for Aaron Long. Like, I feel like McKenzie has such an upside that, like, I feel like he could rise to the opportunity.
what about John Brooks, boys and girls?
Dude, John,
he
he's been
blacklisted
so
himself.
far out of the setup. That's the issue. And also, who's
Blacklisted
watching
himself.
you watching Connor? You watching the Portuguese league? Do we even know he's playing well?
Do you think he plays for Benfica?
He doesn't even play. Like, John Brooks is
don't
an
know.
afterthought at this point. Like, it's that's just how it happens in football sometimes, man. Sometimes these guys go from like legit, like, heart and soul and need to be on the field to like nothing. They don't like transition backwards to like, you know what I'm saying? They don't transition backwards to backup or like veteran leadership.
One thing that I don't know. lot of
Give it to us.
people-
Did we lose
this is
you, Connor?
controversial.
Oh no, there you are.
Hello,
There you are.
can you hear me?
We got
Can
you
you
now.
hear me? I think, well, people like to make fun of anything, and they like to cry, and that's nothing new. I think Gregg looks at this World Cup and says, "Okay, what can I do to advance us?" You know what I mean? I think he'll take it seriously. We all know that Zimmerman's going to start.
Which I'm not mad
It's
about, dude. MLS or not, Zimmerman's a solid player. That's the
Yes.
thing. Like, you know, some of these other countries, their players play in Switzerland, their players play in Norway, and they're regular starters, and because of that, they're on their ball, they're on the ball, they're ready to go. You know what I mean? So, like, why is that
Mhm.
such a problem for MLS, which I don't think is that terrible of a league?
For me, my ideal center backs: Cameron Carter-Vickers,
Little CCV.
Cameron
CCV
Carter-Vickers did something different at the center back position. He's big, and he won't be bullied by big strikers.
Well,
Aaron
let's
Long
not
was
forget
ran
that
over.
Rangers is or Celtic, my bad, actually has taught him to play out of the back. Right? Like, he was not a play out of the back kind of guy, but Celtic has kind of pushed him into that role, and he makes some good passes.
He fits that Gregg developed from the back system. Now, I like Tim Ream a lot. I think he should be, given his age, what is he, 36, 37?
Yeah, he's
No,
old.
he's like 34, right? Hold on.
He's old. Though, you know, he
I think
doesn't have the most
I think
mobility.
Bro, I'm going to be 40 in a couple days. Don't call that dude old.
No, I mean, for sports world, he's old. You know this.
It still hurts.
I know it hurts. That's why we love watching Tom Brady. That's why we loved watching Tom Brady, because dude's fucking 45, nailing a supermodel, and like was, you know, and was killing it on the NFL level. Still is killing it on the NFL level. A little fall off. The Tampa Bay's having some struggles, but
Now,
those guys give us all hope. I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you adjust your mic there, Connor?
Give me 1 second.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
What about now?
He's 35. Tim Ream is 35.
See what I'm
according
saying?
to Wikipedia.
And I could probably beat him in some sort of physical activity.
Maybe, but like, I'll say this: like, there was a lot made of that goal that Manchester City scored in like the 12th minute this past weekend. And oddly enough, I was actually watching that game, and I would contest that anybody talking crap is not paying attention, because if you watched for the 30-second build up to that goal, their midfield got pulled in so many directions. They were so out of position that's why Tim Ream was out of position, because he had nowhere else to be, because the midfield had it was Swiss cheese on that play.
I think, well, don't get me wrong. I like our backs. I like Anton Robinson, and I like Serginho Dest. Serginho Dest is not the best defender in the world by any means. Don't get me wrong. But I think when push comes to shove and we play a high attacking team like England, I would tell Robinson and Ream, stay home. I would hammer the stay home part. You know what I mean?
Well, Connor, hold on. Why would you have Robinson stay home? He offers so much going forward.
I know he does, but
no, I'm having him go forward. There's no way. He's the offense.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I would make I would play a double six and make Adams and Acosta sit back or something against England.
And then who you running on that right side again? I'm sorry.
Oh, Dest, of course.
You're gonna run Dest on the right side. Okay.
So would you tell Dest and Robinson to both go forward?
Most certainly, because we got to catch him on the counter.
But here's the thing. I'm telling Robinson, that's my guy who I'm saying he's got the go-ahead to always go. Dest is the one I think you got to put the governor on. Like, you know, you have a bit more choice in the matter. Like, he's got to choose his moments more.
All right, that's fair. I think I will say this, man. We're looking at a world, like, I don't know. I'm actually excited. I thought I was like ready for like just to have a bitch fit tonight. But like honestly, I'm excited about this lineup. I see a good reason for all these people. And I think like we look at the world of football in such a inferiority complex that we're like, Dest isn't Alfonso Davies, so like he sucks. And it's like, no, actually he's still like top 20, 40 in the world. You know what I mean? That's damn good enough to beat a Wales. That's damn good enough to beat an Iran.
And that's something we forget sometimes. Yeah.
And
Wales is not as good as everybody says they are.
Right. Well, and that's good enough also to beat a team that's technically better than you, like England, on just that random day. You know?
Getting into before we get into the random day, I just wanted to touch on all the names of all the players because I've not read them off. The roster is goalkeepers: Ethan Horvath, Sean Johnson, Matt Turner. How are you feeling about the goalkeeper group of Ethan Horvath, Sean Johnson, Matt Turner?
Okay, Tokyo, can I take this one?
Oh, go right ahead.
All three of us are going to weigh in. I got
heat. I didn't know if we were splitting off by position or
no. Go ahead. Just let us know what you think, bro.
We're wiping back to front right now. Let's go, Con.
All right. So, first choice. Am I surprised to see Stefan left off the roster? Not really. He's injury prone, and I don't think he's played the last couple of games for Middlesbrough. I could be wrong, though. Somebody's going to need to check me on that.
Coming from the Columbus fan.
I do think he played the last weekend. I think he just played last weekend.
Okay. Ethan Horvath, he has his moments. He looks shaky in the back for Luton Town. He's still got a lot of learning to do in front of him. Matt Turner should be our number one. He should be our game in, game out starter between the pipes. Turner gotten a lot better with his feet, and when push comes to shove, he is a pure shot stopper, and that's why I love him so much, because he has the ability to stop shots before they even get close to him. And that's what I like about Turner, and I'll always be a big Matt Turner fan. You can't change my mind.
I like your case. Neo, can I go next, or do you want to go?
No, go right ahead. Let's hear you, James.
For me, I'm a little perturbed. I don't know why Sean Johnson's here. I don't know why you're wasting our time with Sean Johnson when you could be getting. It's my turn to talk. I don't know why you're wasting our time with Sean Johnson when Gaga Slonina, future goalkeeper of the U.S. men's national team, is left right there at home. It doesn't make sense to me. There's I do see the future as Matt Turner. Matt Turner is going to be given. It's going to be Matt Turner versus Gaga Slonina in the future for men's national team goalie. Ethan Horvath might make an appearance, but I don't think so. I think it's between Matt and Gaga for the future of 2026 goalkeeper. Okay. And I'm almost there. Sean Johnson should not be on this roster. I agree that he's like a great locker room guy, but I don't need locker room guys. You don't need locker room guys. I need the future because there's more than enough locker room guys already here. Christian Roland, done. All right,
Konor, go ahead and take that.
Konor,
go ahead and take that.
You can go and rebut me, and then Neo can take off.
There was a lot of bias in that statement.
Yes, there was.
Why would you waste a roster spot with an 18-year-old? I don't know. I don't know how I'm trying to put this. How do I want to word this without upsetting you guys? I like Gaga Slonina. Kid has a lot of potential, but he's got a lot to learn. And I would just rather go with the experienced guys in Turner and Johnson, who have been in the national team and who know it has been around for a couple years. Experience over inexperience is what I'm trying to say. And then Sean Johnson, I like Sean Johnson.
I will back that up. I will back that up because my thought is this: like, it's not. We can say what we want. We can point to X, Y, and Z. There's no arguing that Stefan and Turner are 1 and 2, the best two goalkeepers we have. And the reason Stefan's not going is so that not every goal conceded, because I think based on, like, listen, I was a Stefan guy until about a year ago. Like, at this point, I'm now on team Turner being the starter. Oh shit. So, sorry, I got some bad news.
Oh no.
Anyway, well, things have been delayed. Anyway, I'll digress.
Oh no, I know what you mean. All right.
Anyway, I digress. I'll say this. I think Stefan, the only reason he's not there is so that, like, the decision was made. Turner is the number one. I think that's undisputed at this point. But I think also Stefan is way better than Johnson or Horvath. But the issue is now any goal that goes through, no matter if it's his fault or not, every reporter would be like, should Stefan start? Should Stefan start? And he just wanted that stuff squashed. So that's why he didn't come. And I think Horvath and Johnson are the perfect number 3, either one of them, because they can both come in and do a job. I think Gaga would learn a lot from going, but if Turner breaks his leg and the other guy twists his wrists, Gaga is losing us games. He's not going to win those games. Stefan or Johnson or Horvath could win a game.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. But I agree. I feel your argument. What I'm buying here is Stefan should have been there. He should have been the number 2. Just, Gregg should have the fucking balls to fucking go with the best goalkeeper and not be afraid that there's a journalistic pressure behind him. The dude's fucking fired after this World Cup anyway. Grow some fucking cojones, coach. Now, past that, the choice is obviously Matt Turner, number 1. And number 2, it's gotta be Stefan. He's like you said, he's the second best option, and they left the second best option at home. And what happens if Matt Turner breaks his wrist in the first game? Then we're fucked. But then you said it, we have good 2 number 3s in Ethan Horvath and Sean Johnson, which I gotta say, the strategy makes sense. What you laid out as a strategy actually makes 1,000% sense. For me, what makes more sense on a athletic sense to field your best team is Matt Turner, Zach Stefan, and then the goalkeeper of the future, potentially, Gaga Slonina. All 3 of those guys. You have your number 1, you have your number 2, and then you have your third guy who's the iffy guy. Here, in this strategy, they have their number 1 guy, and then they have their 2 number 3s, which is a safe strategy. It is not. I just don't agree with it because I'm a big Gaga fan. I guess that might be what's the bias that's leaning in there.
Can I just say this one thing before we move on? I feel like Turner is going to save our ass a lot this tournament. I really think he will.
Well, there's a reason Arsenal didn't just loan him out immediately. They actually see him as a future option as a number 1. Like, there's times where these big clubs have, like, signed Americans back in the day and then instantly sent them on loan to be like, well, somebody else develop them. If they get any better, okay. And, like, now they signed Turner to build Turner up, right? They signed him to, like, well, maybe he's going to be legit. And
I think, sorry to cut you off, but I think Arsenal signed him to spark Aaron Ramsdale and say, look, you got a guy behind you who's just as good as you and can take your starting spot at any moment. So you better fucking perform.
Isn't he a Welsh player too, Aaron Ramsdale?
Ramsdale is English.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. But that's just my thinking. I didn't know if you guys thought the same thing.
DPG? Tokyo?
No, I like I said, I feel like put in the position and Ethan Horvath and Sean Johnson can win a game.
Yes.
They can do the simple things to not make mistakes.
No, Sean Johnson.
Sean Johnson what, bro? Johnson what?
That's the guy. That is the mistake guy.
You just don't like New York City.
I like
Dude,
Sean
when
Johnson
was on the fire, I was convinced like by this time he would be the number 1 for the U.S.
Dude's a great MLS goalkeeper.
When he was the milkman.
But like that's what he is. He's a great MLS goalkeeper.
The thing that I've noticed, especially this year, about Sean Johnson, is if his defense lets goals in, he starts to get real shaky. I don't know what it is about him, but he just gets real shaky at times. You know what I mean? If he lets a goal or two in. That's just what I've noticed.
I see.
I'm not mad at the goalkeeper
inconsistency,
situation.
but the thing is, The thing is, 30 games out of 34, he's great. He's stellar. It's just that 1 or 2 games out of 34 that are the gaps. And I guess that's where I'm like, I don't need that to happen. I don't need those gaps to happen during the World Cup.
Look at the Cincinnati game this year. That game was a 4-4 draw. Just I'm using that as my example.
He was the goalkeeper there? Was he the goalkeeper?
He started every game for New York City.
Dude, there's something to be said about a guy who, you know, and there are some things in MLS that are like not guaranteed, as in you don't have to work hard, but like there's no one on the roster who can catch you, so you don't have to work hard. But like, Sean Johnson has been a top goalkeeper in the league that he plays in for years.
True.
Yeah.
God, I'm getting
and the thing that European clubs have that MLS doesn't is that it doesn't matter who you are. There's probably somebody 10 times better than you right behind you. So it's like you have to perform week in and week out, else that person's going to slip right into your starting spot.
So speaking of starting spots that are available, would you guys want to break into defenders?
Let's do it.
I'm going to let you guys have this one.
I
just feel like with some of the names on this roster, Tokyo is going to go on a 15-minute rant, so I'm just going to let you guys.
That's what I'm here for.
No, I feel like you're Aaron Long's cousin, and that's why you don't want to jump in.
No. Defenders for the U.S. men's national team going into 2022 World Cup in Qatar is going to be Cameron Carter-Vickers from Celtic. I guess I didn't say the players for goalkeepers, their teams, but it was Ethan Horvath from Luton Town, Sean Johnson from New York City FC, and Matt Turner from Arsenal. Back to defenders. Cameron Carter-Vickers of Celtic, however you want to call it, Serginho Dest of AC Milan. Did he get sold there or loaned there?
Well, he's on a loan with an option to buy.
Okay, so he's loaned from Barcelona. Aaron Long plays for New York Red Bulls.
I thought he was a free agent.
Aaron Long might be, but he's still listed as New York Red Bull right now.
Oh, you're right. He is after the season. You're right. He is now a free agent.
Get him to the fire.
Yeah, I'll take Aaron Long on the fire.
Get him to Chicos. Get him with Chicos. Done. We'll have the best defense in the league. Nashville SC. Shaq Moore, Nashville SC. Tim Ream of Fulham. Anthony Jedi Robinson of Fulham. Joe Scally of Borussia
I'll pronounce it for you.
Yep.
It's Borussia Mönchengladbach.
I thought it was Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yes, Borussia.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yes, Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Because didn't Michael Bradley play there for a while?
Somebody can Wikipedia that. DeAndre Yedlin of Inter Miami at CF, future teammate to Cristiano Ronaldo, and Leo Messi down there in Inter Miami. I don't know if that's happening.
I thought Ronaldo was going to one of the LA teams.
I don't know if he could go to LA.
I don't think Ronaldo's going to enter the limits of the United States.
Yeah, he might be in trouble if he does. Yeah, who knows there. Walker Zimmerman to close it out from Nashville SC. So there's a lot of MLS in this defense.
God, do you remember back in the day when Walker Zimmerman was all xenophobic and like, oh, all these Germans on the team, fuck this?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he had some tweet about like how they're not real, like they weren't real Americans or nothing.
Dude's a Viking. Dude's like half Viking. Like, where does he got to talk? Like, look at you.
Unless I'm insane, but I'm pretty sure I remember that around the 2008-9 period when I'm sorry, 13, 2013 period when he was mad at Jurgen.
Hey, Americans are stupid, so Americans can't be stupid, especially ones who don't know history or their own history. Dude, this dude,
right?
Like, you no doubt, look at the dude. You either got German heritage or you got some sort of Viking heritage. You are not Navajo by any means or anything like that. It's just like
defense, actually. I just wish McKenzie would have came instead of Long, and I actually would love to see the opportunity to have like a Zimmerman CCV partnership, because I do feel like CCV has gotten much better at playing out of the back.
died. CCV, do you think he's going to be... I'm preferring CCV and a Walker Zimmerman. That's the names that I feel safest starting at center back, but I get the you do Walker and Aaron, and then maybe do a CCV Ream partnership. Was that what you... Because that's what you were saying earlier, Toke, and I think that kind of makes sense based on strength and weakness here.
You know what I would do? I would throw out Ream and Cameron Carter-Vickers against England and say, "Go get them, boys."
See, I think that's what he's gonna do. What I would do is, I would do the Walker CCV in game 1. I would do Walker.
Yeah, you say go for it in game 1.
Right. I would do Walker.
Let's double check
Tim Ream.
Let me double check their opponent. I believe it's Wales.
It is Wales. Wales is the first one. I would do Walker and Ream.
That's a winnable game.
And then I would do Aaron Long and CCV in the third game, right? Because you you have to shuffle it up. But I would start Zimmerman the first 2 games.
The thing that I'm worried about. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. The thing that I'm worried about against the Wales game, can we score enough goals to beat Wales?
I think so. I do.
Now,
Yes.
You want to hear my prediction for that game?
Go for it.
I'm going to go 3-2 to the United States. I'm going to say Pulisic scores. I'm going to say I'm going to say Bale scores. Then Keith Moore scores. Wales go up 2-1. And then Gio Reyna equalizes to make it 2-2. And then late in the game, Haji Wright comes on and makes it 3-2 off a set piece. That's my prediction.
I mean, I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. But
by the way, guys, 5 substitutions is continuing at the World Cup, which I'm a big fan of.
I am a big fan of the 5 subs. I gotta be honest.
Subs. I want more subs.
No more than 5.
Nope. I want more.
Pushing it.
I want more.
What do you want it to be? College? Line changes like hockey?
Yes, I do. I do want it to be line changes.
Oh,
hockey. There'll be so much more goals and heart attacks.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Dude, I'll tell you this as a hockey player. They had Ryan Whitney on one of the podcasts, just talking about how hard it is to go out and play 2 minutes, a 2-minute shift in hockey versus 2 minutes in soccer versus 2 minutes in basketball. I've played soccer, basketball, football. Playing 2 minutes of hockey is the hardest of them all, because at the end of those 2 minutes, you cannot play for the next 5. You're out for a little bit, 2 or 4. Like, you're out for a while. But soccer, you can go for half an hour, 45 minutes. You could run more. It's just the level of, there's all the extra equipment. You got 20, 30 pounds of equipment on top of you, the sweat in the eye. It's just so crazy. But so when it comes to going back to this England versus US strategy, I wonder if you throw out pride and you basically forfeit against England and really go hard against Iran and Wales.
There's no reason to, despite their talent and despite how good they are, they have struggled to score, and they have struggled.
That's a good point,
lately.
though, because I wanted to hear that. I wanted to hear pushback on that, because I do think you're right. There's an argument for giving up against England, but there's also an argument for just trying to be competitive, feel the most competitive you can throughout the tournament, and dealing with the injuries and not forfeiting in a mental way against England. Because what if you can get a tie?
Well, even when there was 23 players on the roster, excuse me, you used to have a lot of rotation, and now that's the thing. It's you're with 26, you have all the options in the world to rotate pretty heavily, which is not a bad thing. And you're going that's the thing. They're Christian Pulisic will run that dude until he collapses. But
I think he plays 2. Do you think Christian Pulisic goes all 3 games, starts all 3 games, or
if we beat Wales and England and sit on 6 points, then maybe he comes off the bench against Iran.
Oh yeah.
But
in that case,
but needing points, hell yeah, dude. Whatever anybody wants to say about him, whatever the media and all this and that, he is the most talented player on our team. He always looks like strong. He never like he'll have bad games, but he's always strong. He's always like he even missed a shot today, but yet still looked to be one of the better players on the field.
I think
You know what I
Christian's
mean?
he has something to prove this. He's got a chip on his shoulder the size a mile wide. Even though he's on Chelsea, even though he's been, gotten these rewards, he still feels like he's got something to prove. Also, he's got that pressure. He's got that extra pressure. But I think there's enough talent on this team, enough leadership on this team, leadership guys, even though they might have had some mistakes in the past. McKennie, he strikes me as like a guy who could be a leadership guy once he gets it right.
Oh, most certainly. McKennie is such a huge cog in this machine. Not even funny.
Absolutely. One of the glue guys.
Well, like that kind of transitions us into midfield, right?
All right.
And
Well,
like,
we'll go
or
into
unless
midfield.
I guess unless you wanted to address Shaq Moore, who I feel like is comparable to anybody else you would want there instead.
Right. The argument Shaq Moore or Reggie Cannon. And it's like, all right, whatever.
Shaq gives you more going forward, man. And Reggie, I mean, just Reggie has just been in purgatory since he had he went to Portugal. You know what I mean? And he's like, he's a lesser right back because he's also playing center. Like he's not additive anymore to anywhere.
Where does Matt Polster fit into that?
Fuck it. Why do you got to bring up Matt Polster? Handsome man, Matt Polster. Anyway, but yeah, man.
Yep. Go. Sorry.
No, I was just saying.
I derailed you.
No, it's. I think our outside backs are actually in a really good spot. And
Yes.
Like we could have brought Reggie Cannon, but that's the thing. Like, think about the times where it was hard to round out the roster. And now it's like we have a glut of things. And like, yeah, we're not the best team in the world, but boy, we have a lot more options and things to do than we used to. We used to carry one tool in our bag. Now we have a few more,
Internationally, what would you rate our center backs? For me, they're still around a C plus, but to be honest, they used to be around Fs and Ds. Right now,
oh my god,
maybe these guys are even B minuses, Bs.
No way. Okay,
I'm saying internationally. Compare them internationally to the best fullbacks in the world. Are these guys top 100 fullbacks in the world?
No. Not Aaron Law. Like, listen.
Fullback. I guess I'm saying the outside backs. I'm not looking at center backs.
Oh, outside
at the moment.
backs. I'm sorry. Okay, because I was about to be like,
center
are
backs,
you crazy?
I agree.
Did you not remember Bocanegra on Yewu? Come on.
Center backs are the weakest group of this U.S. men's national team. Would you guys agree with that?